The elevator doors of Maxwell Industries slid open on the 50th floor, where my father's real estate development firm occupied half the building. Through the glass walls, I watched the morning meeting unfold. My father, James Maxwell, sat at the head of the table holding court with his executive team. Beside him was my brother, Peter, handed the COO position straight out of college. 3 years ago, I'd stood in that same conference room, Harvard MBA in hand, only to hear my father say, "Emma, you're not qualified to join the executive team. Maybe try HR or marketing, something more suitable for your capabilities." Today was different. Today, I was here for a meeting that would show them exactly what my capabilities entailed. "Ms. Roberts," my assistant's voice came through my earpiece, "Archer Global is waiting in your office. Should I tell him you'll be delayed?" "No need, Sarah," I replied, watching my father gesture emphatically about their latest project. A project he didn't know was about to change hands. "Tell Marcus we're right on schedule." I smoothed the lapel of my Armani suit, worth more than Peter's monthly salary, and checked my reflection in the mirrored elevator walls. At 32, I looked every bit the CEO I had become. My family, of course, still believed I was finding myself in some mid-level corporate job. If only they knew that finding myself had meant building Roberts Capital into one of the largest private equity firms in the country. Or that Archer Global, their biggest client, had quietly sold controlling interest to me last month. "Emma." My brother's surprised voice snapped me out of thought. He'd spotted me through the glass. "What are you doing here?" "Dad's in an important meeting." "I know." I smiled as his eyes dropped to the visitor's badge on my jacket, marked with Archer Global's logo. "I'm here for that meeting." Peter's confident facade faltered. You work for Archer?" "Not exactly." I glanced at my watch. "Right on time. Shall we join them? I believe Mr. Archer is about to make an interesting announcement." The conference room fell silent when Peter opened the door. My father's face darkened at the sight of me. But before he could speak, Marcus Archer himself walked in. "James," he boomed, though his eyes were fixed on me, "I see you've met our new owner." The room went still. My father's pen clattered onto the table. "Owner," he managed. "What are you talking about?" I took a seat, not the chair Peter hastily offered, but the one at the head of the table. "Roberts Capital acquired controlling interest in Archer Global last month," I said. "We'll be overseeing all of their real estate development projects moving forward." "Roberts Capital," Peter whispered. "You mean?" "Yes," Marcus confirmed, savoring the moment. "Your sister's company. Quite impressive, really. Building a multi-billion-dollar investment firm in just 3 years. I'm surprised you didn't know. She's been making waves in the industry for quite some time." My father's face flushed purple. "This is impossible. Emma doesn't have the experience to." "To what, Dad?" I cut in smoothly. "To run a successful company? To acquire major corporations? To sit at the big table with the qualified people?" I opened my laptop, displaying Roberts Capital's portfolio on the conference screen. Dozens of companies, billions in assets, and now Archer Global, Maxwell Industries' largest client. "While you were telling me I wasn't qualified," I continued, "I was building something bigger than Maxwell Industries could ever be. And I did it without nepotism, without a safety net, and without your approval." Peter, ever the opportunist, tried to smile. "Well, this is wonderful. A family partnership." "Oh, this isn't a partnership." I cut him off. "This is a takeover. Archer Global represents 60% of Maxwell Industries contracts. Contracts that, as of today, are under review." The room erupted in shocked murmurs. My father gripped the table so tightly his knuckles turned white. "You wouldn't," he breathed. "We're family." "Family." I laughed softly. "Like when you told the board I wasn't qualified because women are too emotional for real estate. Or when you handed my project proposals to Peter and let him claim them as his own." At my nod, Marcus handed out new contracts. "These are your new terms," I explained. "Roberts Capital will be assuming direct oversight of all Archer Global projects. You can adapt to working under my leadership, or we'll transfer the contracts elsewhere. Because sometimes success isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about becoming so powerful they have no choice but to call you boss." As my father realized his unqualified daughter now controlled his company's future, I thought, Some lessons in qualification require a hostile takeover to teach. The next hours unfolded like a symphony of corporate revenge. I sat at the head of the table while Marcus explained how Roberts Capital had strategically acquired every major partner Archer Global depended on, leaving no path forward without me. Peter, desperate, tried to salvage his role. Surely, with my experience as COO, I could help with the transition. Your experience? I pulled up another file. You mean the projects you stole from me? Like Riverside Development, the one Dad rejected when I pitched it, then praised when you submitted my exact plan 6 months later. I displayed the side-by-side comparisons of my proposals and Peter's plagiarized versions. Both faces drained of color. I kept records, I said coldly. Every project, every theft, every dismissal. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? My father tried to regain control. Now see here, Emma, whatever grievances you think you. Grievances? I stood slowly, commanding the room. Shall we talk about grievances? The board meeting where you said women aren't suited for real estate? The investors' call where you claimed Peter's natural leadership came from being a Maxwell man, while I was just playing at business. I clicked to the next slide. Maxwell Industries financial records. Or should we discuss how project success rates dropped 40% after you pushed me out? Or how client satisfaction plummeted once Peter began running developments he didn't understand? The only thing keeping this company afloat has been Archer Global's contracts. Contracts that now answer to me. Sarah entered with a stack of folders. Inside, I explained, you'll find detailed analyses of every Maxwell project mismanaged over the past 3 years. Cost overruns, delays, client complaints. All from after you decided I wasn't qualified. Peter flipped through his folder, growing paler with each page. How did you even get these numbers? The same way I got Archer Global, by paying attention to details you thought weren't important. While you were busy playing CEO, I was building a network that now controls most of your industry partnerships. My phone buzzed. A message from legal. Additional Maxwell shareholders had accepted Roberts Capital's buyout offer. Current stake, 47%. Perfect. Ms. Roberts, Marcus said lightly, shall we discuss the reorganization plan? I nodded. Effective immediately, all Archer Global projects fall under Roberts Capital's management. Maxwell Industries can adapt, or the contracts will be reassigned. You can't just take over our projects, my father protested weakly. I can. And I am. The screen updated with shareholder tallies. While we've been having this family reunion, Roberts Capital has been acquiring Maxwell Industries shares. By end of day, we'll have controlling interest in your company too. The room descended into chaos. Board members whispered urgently. My father and brother sat in stunned silence. But, what about family loyalty? Peter stammered. Loyalty? I laughed coldly. Like the loyalty you showed when you stole my proposals? Or when Dad told me to stick to HR because real estate was too complex for women? I turned to the window, the city skyline stretching before me. My skyline in more ways than one. You know the difference between us? I said, facing them again. While you clung to the family legacy, I built my own. While you relied on the Maxwell name, I created something greater. Something no one can take from me. Sarah appeared with another update. The financial press is requesting comment on Roberts Capital's acquisition of Archer Global and the pending takeover of Maxwell Industries. Perfect timing. I smiled. Let them know that Roberts Capital is excited to bring both companies under more qualified leadership. My father's face paled at the deliberate echo of his own words. You're destroying everything I built, he hissed. No, Dad, I replied evenly. I'm saving what you nearly destroyed through short-sighted nepotism and outdated thinking. The only difference is, now you'll have to watch your unqualified daughter do it better than you ever could. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't just proving them wrong. It's becoming so successful they're forced to sit in your meetings, follow your directives, and acknowledge that the daughter they dismissed now controls their future. And this was only the beginning. The weeks following my takeover of Archer Global became a masterclass in corporate restructuring and family humiliation. I moved Roberts Capital's headquarters into the top floors of the Maxwell Industries building, ensuring my father and brother had to walk past my success every single day. 1 month later, I sat in my new office, larger than my father's ever was, reviewing reports of our transformation. Maxwell Industries undergoes major restructuring under new leadership. Roberts Capital revives struggling empire. Emma Roberts, from rejected to ruler. My phone buzzed with the usual family chatter. Mom, honey, your father's pride is wounded. Peter, can we discuss my role in the new organization? Various relatives, we'd love to pitch you some projects. I smiled, remembering all the family dinners where they dismissed my little investment company, while praising Peter's mediocre achievements. Ms. Roberts. Sarah entered with the morning briefing. The audit team has completed their review of Maxwell Industries' past projects. You'll want to see this. Each page confirmed what I already suspected: years of mismanagement, hidden losses, and projects salvaged only by Archer Global's deep pockets. Have you seen your brother's latest? Sarah asked, pulling up Peter's LinkedIn post. There it was. A smug update claiming he had orchestrated the merger between Maxwell Industries and Roberts Capital. Classic Peter, taking credit for his own downfall. Send him the new organizational chart, I instructed. The one showing his transfer to our subsidiary in Alaska. The development project in the middle of nowhere. I smiled. Let's see how his natural leadership fares without stolen proposals and a family name to prop him up. My office door opened. My father stepped inside, looking older than he had just a month ago. Emma, he caught himself. Ms. Roberts. We need to talk. About what, Dad? I asked coolly. How your unqualified daughter now controls your company. Or how your golden son is being shipped off to actually work instead of stealing credit. He sank into a chair, his arrogance finally cracking. I made mistakes. We both did. But destroying the family business. I'm not destroying anything, I cut him off. I'm fixing everything you broke. I tapped the display, projecting financial reports across the wall. Since Roberts Capital took over, project completion rates are up 60%. Client satisfaction has risen 75%. And those emotional women you refuse to hire? They're outperforming your old boys club in every single metric. His jaw tightened. I rose and gestured toward my wall of achievements. Awards, recognitions, magazine covers he'd never once acknowledged. While you were protecting your fragile corporate culture, I built something better. Something that values talent over gender, merit over nepotism. My phone lit up again. A notification. Peter had arrived at his new assignment. Your son is about to learn what real estate development actually involves, I commented. No more stealing other people's work. No more hiding behind the Maxwell name. He'll succeed or fail on his own merits. And me? My father asked quietly. I turned, remembering every dismissive comment, every stolen idea, every time he'd chosen Peter's mediocrity over my excellence. You dad get to watch. You'll keep your title. Chairman Emeritus has a nice ring to it. But every decision, every project, every dollar now reports to me. Sarah reappeared with another stack of reports. The first quarter results under Roberts Capital are in. Profits are up 85% compared to last year. Send copies to the board, I instructed, and to every publication that quoted Dad's remarks about women in real estate. My father flinched as the headlines flashed on screen. Female CEO proves father wrong. From unqualified to unstoppable, how Emma Roberts built an empire. You know the difference between us, Dad? I asked, settling behind the desk that had once been his. When you look at a building, you see a monument to the Maxwell name. When I look at one, I see every person who made it possible. That's why my company succeeds where yours failed. The intercom buzzed. My executive team was here for the morning meeting. The same meeting that used to be his domain. You should stay, I suggested as he stood. Watch how a truly qualified leader runs a company. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't just taking over the family business. It's running it so well that everyone has to admit they were wrong. The meeting unfolded flawlessly. Department heads reported record progress under new leadership. Through it all, my father sat silently watching his unqualified daughter command the respect he'd never thought she deserved. One final item, I announced. Effective immediately, Maxwell Industries will be renamed Maxwell Roberts Industries, honoring both the past and the future. My father's head snapped up. You're keeping the Maxwell name? Of course. I smiled. So everyone will see how a Roberts transformed what a Maxwell couldn't handle. As the team filed out, I added, send the quarterly reports to Peter. Remind him that while he's learning basic project management in Alaska, his unqualified sister is turning his failures into successes. A buzz from my phone. A message from Peter. The project site is freezing. There's no Starbucks. Please sis, I've learned my lesson. I typed back. No, you're just starting to learn. The same way I did when you and Dad told me I wasn't qualified. The difference is I turned rejection into an empire. Now let's see what you build with actual work.